So 2021 is here, yay. 2021 gone, it's in the past, and now we are looking forward. But the overall theme for us with 2021 and M-Level and how it kind of fits together is data justification for every minute spent in training using learner profiles and targeted topics. So I could get into a little bit about what that means, but this is the dream and one that really excites our leadership the most. We did not have the insights necessary to do anything other than put everyone through a broad and general training on a topic, which is, like I said, is a waste of the learner's time and the business's dollar. The vision is on an individual basis. We want to give folks content that's relevant to them in their time of need. So as learners engage with M-Level, we build learner profiles, which allows us to see strengths and weaknesses. We can deliver targeted learning to them based on these profiles. And then as for topics, let's say we want to do a refresher training on claims. Well, what aspect of claims is challenging? We can find that out and narrow the scope of the topic to be more relevant. So perhaps a 2-day refresher training can get focused down to 3 hours.
So it's like
a lot of
continuing that journey of being a more adaptive learning organization.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. A lot of the stories that I shared were kind of post everything, but now we want to get ahead of the design and really let the data drive what we're designing and what we're doing ahead of the curve rather than in response to. The next thing, this is kind of boring, but necessary, and I wanted to put it on here because it is, but it's M-Level governance documentation. Now that we've experimented and piloted, we need to really get the necessary administrative work of putting together guidelines for usage of M-Level. So branding, how to tag questions, et cetera, all this needs to be documented. The next thing is the year-end business impact report. So again, coming back to leadership and helping them understand what this thing is and why it's necessary. At the end of 2021, we're going to put together a deck that looks back on how the usage of the data justified training approach has saved the organization money. It's the infamous ROI. It costs money to pull people off the phones or away from their jobs. So how can we minimize that and impact ROI in that way? The next thing is rapid intervention or knowledge gap kind of diagnostic cycle. So the targeted and flexible nature of M-Level allows us to deliver learning interventions way more quickly rather than having to develop and heavily rely on ILT curricula to be developed. We can drill down to the core challenges and deliver that targeted content quickly. So it would look something like an individual or a team opportunity is identified. We capture a baseline using M-Level or other data sources. We do a rapid intervention, a microlearning, something quick and targeted, and then we capture if there's any growth using, again, M-Level or those other data sources. So rapid intervention and a before and after, snapshot. Lastly, we want to expand the use of M-Level beyond Operations Academy. We have been using it on our team, but we see a lot of potential in letting the others. So partnering with coaching and knowledge management and QA teams, seeing how they can use it in their work. I think there's a ton of opportunity there. We're already beginning those conversations. Integration with other data sources to tell a more holistic story of performance. So, as you've been watching this presentation, you might have said, well, where's the typical contact center KPIs and how do those interweave and affect one another? The M-Level analytics versus, first call resolution, for example. We want to really start to marry those two and expand out. We also want to do team view dashboards so that it's easier to see how teams are doing and organize the data that way. And then lastly, we see opportunities to use M-Level as a knowledge platform product. And what I mean by that is health insurance is very complicated and dealing with health issues is challenging. And if there could be a way that we could leverage M-Level to deliver content to our customers and really help them understand what health insurance is, for example, or how to manage a diabetes diagnosis, we might be able to leverage M-Level as a customer education tool as well. So lots of big ideas and big things coming in 2021, and I couldn't be more excited.